Yo, what's good guys? AniPixels has just dropped a major update. This update includes a new game mode called Trials, a ton of new characters, 3 worlds, and 6 codes. The new Trials game mode is a wave-based game mode with a max of 100 floors, and every 10 floors has a mini-boss. And the reward for beating all 100 floors is remote merging. Let's take a look at the 10 new units you can get from the Trials game mode. Starting off, we have Light and his ability. Here's Misa and her ability. Here's Metal Cooler and his ability. Here's Young Gojo and his ability. Here's Phaeton and his ability. Here's David and his ability. Here's Lucy and her ability. Here's Devilman and his ability. Here's Alucard and his ability. And here's Akari and his ability. Next, let's move on to the units from the new areas. To start off, here's Rudius and his ability. Here's Orsted and his ability. Here's Roxy and her ability. Here's Sylphie and her ability. Here's Gilgamesh and his ability. Here's Saber and her ability. Here's Ishtar and her ability. Here's Archer and his ability. Here's Subaru and his ability. Here's Rem and her ability. Here's Ram and her ability. Here's Beatrice and her ability. Here's Amelia and her ability. And here's Puck and their ability. Now if you follow me, I'll show you where the event point shop is. Event points are a new form of currency that you can get from trials, raids, and adventure mode. Now if you look here, with these event points you can get any unit from the boss raids, from any banner, or any of the trial units. Thanks for watching, and drop down in the comments what game you want me to play next.